Fresh 5, let's start over. Keep in mind that Niall Smith, the Ball State point guard, has fouled out. Rowe is playing with 4 fouls, guarding Bo Calhoun underneath. Can't get the rebound there. Sellers, wide open to the bucket. Ball State's largest lead tonight is 3. That was at 3-0.
And clearly the momentum in this entire building has changed, and Ball State has the mojo going, that time getting out some early offense. Sean Sellers.
How about Ball State making a second half comeback, shooting 2 of 16 from behind the arc in that last 20 minutes. Howard fouled by House, and he got the bucket. Tamond Howard had gone away in about the last 15 minutes of regulation. Give him 24 points now. Remember we had that conversation about how he needed 36 for 1,000? He still needed 36 for 1,000 until that bucket. That seemed like it was yesterday we had that talk.
Absolutely, and that was clutch. And again, just the strength finishing Franco House with the foul.
.25 now in the game. I should correct myself. He needed 36 coming in. So with 25 points now, 11 more to 1,000. And he's got his team the lead. That's the bigger deal. Second round of the postseason. House. Again, a tough night offensively for the Cardinals big man. 3 of 13. It's a good look.
It is, and he had Edwards on him. That's a matchup Franco House could take advantage of. Just did not finish.
Worthen Arena coming to life a little bit. Drive for Edwards, using the glass. Give him 13.
Back to the matchup zone.
Happy with how Ball State attacked it as the game wore on?
But you've gotten open threes, just have not been able to make them. 1 of 13 in the second half. I do like the idea, though, of going inside out first.
There's Sellers.
You have to figure a team that shoots it that good, eventually percentages will take over, and you have to knock in 1.
It was 2 of 16 in the second half, and now Ball State gets one here in overtime. 9 of 30 in the game. 30 of Ball State's 65 field goal attempts from behind the arc. Rising. Another one from Edwards. He came in shooting 27% from 3.
And Joel, that was the same exact play, the little handoff, pick and roll. Last time Edwards took it to the rim, that time the pull-up triple.
Cardinals are down 3 at home. 2:11 to go after that feverish comeback. Tyler, another contested one. He answers. Oh, now we got a talent show. Strut your stuff. Tied at 79.
Who can get a stop and a rebound?
Edwards.
Heat check.
On the third chance, Calhoun comes down with it. Ball State, no numbers. Kiapwe the trailer. That might have been grazed out of his hand. And we've got a whistle in transition that's going to go against Ball State's Franco House. His 3rd foul. And it will put UT Martin at the free throw line. This will be 2. And it's for Tamond Howard, who's a 74% shooter.
I tell you, once Howard gets the defensive rebound, he is gone. And they had numbers, but 2-point shot, 2 free throws rather, with 10 fouls for Ball State.
He missed. .15 career points per game in the CIT, 22 points per game in the OVC tournament this year. He is a postseason marksman. Give it to him. Timeout taken by UT Martin. Now remember, you get one more in overtime. They took 3 in, so he's still got 3 left. James Whitford was given that one gift, so Ball State can stop the clock but once.
And boy, you really have to give UT Martin credit. After the way they let Ball State back in this thing to come out in overtime and regroup, I think they've shown a lot of moxie. And there you see the 3-point field goal percentages.
It's amazing that it's 31% for Ball State, because it seems like it should be about 17. Random number, but something lower.
And Ball State really took advantage, Joel, of those fouls. Cardinals 15 of 18 from the charity stripe today. So UT Martin opened the door with those fouls, but Ball State closed it by really converting. Back to the matchup.
That's what got UT Martin to where it is, the matchup defense. House, no foul. Got it back. Still a Ball State ball. Tyler. Fresh shot clock. Ball State can reset. Sellers. Off the bounce to the line. And that is using your three-point ability to get a higher percentage shot.
You talk about adding to your game from your freshman year to your sophomore year. This is something that we've seen Sean Sellers do more and more. Teams run out to close at the three-point line, putting it on the deck. And you mentioned it earlier, free throw percentage doesn't do it justice. A really good free throw shooter.
Sellers now has 16 for Ball State. Really bad start of his sophomore season. There's no other way to put it. He'll admit to it. James Whitford is very frank with it. But the last 11 games, 10 points a game for Sellers. He has reemerged.
And he had 3 at the half, so 14 now in the second and in overtime.
And he gives Ball State the 1-point lead. Ever so tenuous.
Great defense by House.
UT Martin will play it out.
They will get the ball back.
7-second difference. What will the Skyhawks be down is the question. Interesting decision.
You played it out. No, absolutely the right decision. You just can't foul.
Calhoun, air ball. House got it underneath. They wanted a tie-up, but a foul instead. And Franco House with the 18th Ball State offensive rebound will go to the line.
And that is what has kept Ball State in this game, Joel. Only shooting 39%, but it's been the 18 offensive rebounds.
Chandler Rowe has fouled out, and Heath Schroyer burns his 3rd timeout. Come on.
Well, here we go.
What is going on?
Franco House 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And as we set the stage, it's still, even if he makes both, a 1-possession game. Now, James Whitford, we know his philosophy. He does not like to foul up 3 in these situations. He prefers to play it out. So, crucial free throws for Franco House coming up.
Ball State had not been in the postseason 13 years. 13-year drought, longest in school history before this CIT. The prior long was 4 years. They have been thirsting for this here in East Central Indiana.
Well, he gets 2. That always makes that first one a little easier. And One thing to be aware of here, if you're UT Martin, Bo Calhoun has got more free throw rebounds than any player I can remember.
For a 3-point lead. Yes. Ball State trailed by 16 in the second half. It would be the fourth time this year Ball State has come from behind. The fifth time, this year Ball State has come from behind, down by 9 or more in the second half. That's remarkable. Schroyer takes a timeout. That lets James Whitford set up his defense.
And how clutch were those free throws of Franco House on a day where he was 3 of 13 field goals. The shot to put it into overtime, and Sean Sellers having a big second half in OT.
Cardinals starting to really light it up. Much like their first round win over Tennessee State, once they figured it out, they found a groove. It just took them a lot longer tonight to figure it out than it did in round one. And they've salted it away, 19 of 22 with the strike.
And partner, let's talk about what's going on in each huddle here. Again, Coach Whitford's philosophy not to foul. If you're UT Martin, you've got some really good three-point shooters. Alex Anderson shoots 36% out there. Jacoby Mobley, 34%. And two guys you typically wouldn't expect have really been lights out. Kadar Edwards and Tamon Howard have both knocked in a couple.
Biggest thing that you have to do here is make sure you don't lose people. Don't give wide open threes. Stick to your man, and whatever it is, make it contested. This is different than where Ball State was at the end of its first round MAC championship game when it fouled Miami in a tie game in the last couple seconds. You got the lead here. So it's not about giving up a shot if the guy beats you. Just stick on him. If you foul him, you foul him. That's okay. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. Stick to your man. Do not lose him.
That's right. Play. Look, they've got to get a three. Now, 11.3. You know, it'd be interesting. He's short. These guards are incredibly quick. You know, it'd be interesting. Will he even try to get something quick, attack the goal? He did insert Richard Lee into the lineup. He hasn't played much at all here today, but he shoots 42%. In position here in the right corner, number 0.
The inbounder will be Kadar Edwards. You've got Lee out on the floor with Mobley, Anderson, and Howard.
And you want to try to make them catch this, Joel, going away from their basket.
Mobley does just that. 8 seconds to go. Edwards. Ball State rebound. The Cardinals have won it at home. Final 8 for Ball State. Down 16 points. Left for dead with 3 minutes to go. Somehow Ball State did it.